Stoke yesterday were absolutely brilliant. I did a full match day vlog of it. I had a lot of Stoke fans on before, and I didn't meet one Stoke fan that didn't think you were going to lose yesterday. They all thought you were going to win yesterday. They were so positive.
The grit, the determination from every single player in purple and the blue of Johansson was absolutely superb. It really was, and it's exactly what you want to see as a supporter.
I thought the press was amazing yesterday. Obviously, we forced Southampton into a lot of mistakes.
We had that red card, it was double yellow card, right?
I was right behind that goal to the right-hand side, and when he went down, I thought, oh no, the ref would give a pen here.
When I first saw it, obviously jumped up, penalty. I mean, people might disagree with me, but looking back at the replay, it did look like a blatant dive to me.
I did think it was a dive, to be completely honest, and I don't understand why he's done it. I get it's a whole strikers kind of play.
Surely Ribama moves to the side and just slots it into the net. Hello and welcome back to another podcast episode of Stoke Fan TV with your host Max. However, there is no Sam today. I don't know where he is. I think he's on a beach somewhere, or he's out metal detecting or Morris dancing, one of the two. Anyway, in his place I have brought another Sam, Sam Cap, right? Okay, so Sam Cam's over there. And he's filling in a little bit today. If you don't know Sam Cam's channel, go check it out, because Sam Cam's got a way bigger following than us, and he goes to the matches, you know, which is important. And you'll see him in the stands, videoing what's going on. Please go check it out. There's some information in the description. As well as that, we have for the first time on the show, or one of these podcast shows, I've got an away fan. We've got a Southampton fan with us there, Martin down the bottom corner. You can see by his fancy setup, that's what you call a podcast setup down there, right? Now, I did a show with Martin before on his channel, just before the Southampton game. Anyway, I said, will you come back on ours afterwards, after Stoke have beaten Southampton? He goes, all right then, go on then. So top play to him. Fair one, Martin. Thanks for coming on as well. So we've got him as well. And you might notice there's a song playing in the background, right? And you're thinking, why is this song playing in the background? Well, that song is by Eaton Park, and that song is called 12th Man, and we've got the front man from that band, Wayne, down in the bottom corner. He's joined us on the show as well. Wayne, welcome to the show. So they are all our guests today. They're all our guests. Welcome, everybody. But before we get into it, before we get into the match yesterday and how Stoke managed to sneak a win against the Saints and stay top of the league, before we get into that, would you all do us a big favour? Hit the pause button, right? Hit the pause button and hit that like and subscribe button. And comment below as well, because it all helps grow the channel. Right. Let's get into it now. I'm going to throw this over to Wayne to start with, because I want to mention his band, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about that song and the band and all that. Wayne, kick the show off if you would, mate. What's cracking with Eaton Park?
Right, well, Eaton Park, we're probably best known as a covers band around the Stoke-on-Trent area. We've been all over the country doing stuff, but we're always out in some pub in Stoke doing something. So we're quite well known on the circuit. We used to be an original band. Obviously, we wrote a lot of original material in the past. I had a little record deal in the 90s with a Manchester label. It never amounted to anything. That's why I'm sat in an old conservatory, but instead of a mansion, obviously.
Mate, we can get that in the background. We can put you on a mansion. Don't you worry about that. We'll work on it.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. But yeah, so we've been together with various guys. He's 25 years now. I'm the only original member left. The bass player came in soon after the original lineup. So let's say me and Graham, the bass player. Shout out to Graham. You're right, Graham. We're the two sort of original members, and we brought different members in throughout the 25 years we've been together. So I've had this idea for a while of writing a song for Stoke. Obviously, I'm a massive Stoke fan. I love the club, as we all do, and except for Martin, obviously, and especially after yesterday. But yeah, I've had this idea of writing a song for Stoke, and it's from a fan's, let's say, perspective of going to a game on a day, having the expectations. We all get that feeling. Today's going to be the day. Even last season, when things were terrible, I think you always think today's going to be the day. It's going to turn around today. We're going to get a win, and it's going to get us going. So that's what the song's all about. It's about a togetherness, going to a match day. It's obviously a working class song. It references a lot of things. There's a couple of references to old Stoke chants in there. Go on, Stoke. We'll be with yous in there. So yeah, it's like I say, a fan song, and hopefully, if the season carries on as it is, we're hoping it's really going to take off.
Well, I love it, mate, and I think that there's going to be a lot of people listening that want to hear more. Where can they find it? Where can they listen to it?
Well, it's available to download, obviously, on the platform sites, Spotify, iTunes, etc. If you want to watch the video, now the great thing with the video, the club actually let us film it down the club. So a lot of it's actually filmed in the stadium. You know, it was very good of them to do that. You can even see us in the changing rooms. You know, my band sat there playing in the changing rooms. So we had like an access to all of the ground. It was very good of the club to do that. And we also filmed some of the video in the Jolly Potters Bar at Partsill. You're familiar with that? Because we've got loads of Stoke memorabilia in there. So we wanted to get loads of signed shirts in shot and, you know, a proper sort of fan video. So if you want to check it out, go over on YouTube or Eaton Park, the 12th man, and watch the video. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put the link to that YouTube video in our description, so you can go straight to that, Stoke fans and Southampton fans. You can get on there as well and have a listen, because it's a cracking song. And we want to try and push it as much as we can, get it round, get people listening to it. It's called The 12th Man by Eaton Park. Wayne, thanks very much for that intro, mate. We're going to get into the show proper now and get into yesterday's game. But as I said, that's cracking, and hopefully we can get you and the rest of the band on again. Maybe we'll do a Stoke Fan TV Eaton Park music video at some point. But
that'd be amazing. Yeah.
We'll work on that. Don't you worry, and we'll get these boys in as well. We'll get Martin as the away fan kicking off behind the fence, and then we'll get Sam Cam on his camera as well. We'll get him up on karaoke or something. He's good. You're good at singing, Sam Cam.
Not at all, mate. I'll stick behind
excellent, even better. Right,
you could play tambourine. We've got tambourines that you could play, Sam.
Yeah, that'll do, mate. That'll do.
Yeah, a bit of tambourine. Right. Anyway, so we get into it, and we're 3 games in now. Stoke are 3 games in. Stoke have won 3 matches, and we're still top of the league. Who'd have thought that towards the end of last season? Unbelievable. I was trying to think. Question for the fans: when was the last time, or has there ever been a time, where Stoke won all of their matches, first time wearing each kit from that season, the home kit, the away kit, and the third kit? Because 3 matches, 3 kits, 3 wins. Has that ever happened? Let us know in the comments. Go do your research. I can't be bothered. Sam Cam says he's got the kettle on. Wayne's got a gig, and Martin's only here for a bit. So you got to go find out, Stoke fans, and find out if that's ever happened. So, 2-1 win, just about. We rode our luck at times. I'm going to bring Martin in a second, but first I want to get Sam Cam's thoughts, because Sam Cam, you sound like you were at the game. You must have been, because Martin came and saw you. What was it like, Sam Cam? Give us your view of that the match yesterday.
Oh, it was great. It really, really was great, Max. The performance itself was really, really solid. I said to Martin before the game that I actually thought we might sit back a little bit. We might play quite defensive, judging off how good of a team Southampton's is on paper. It maybe didn't perform to its fullest, with all due respect, yesterday. I think we saw that. But I think that's a detriment to the way Robin set his team up. Will Still is a very inexperienced manager. Yes, probably a very good one, but I feel experience won it yesterday on the pitch. And Stoke could have gone there, sat back, soaked up a lot of pressure, and ended up losing the game quite comfortably. And we didn't. We went there. We didn't show them too much respect for a side that were in the Premier League last season. And we went and won the game. But for me, Max, the most impressive thing was when we took the lead. A lot of Stoke teams, in the past, when we then went down to 10 men, would have very, very easily threw the towel in. Would have tried to soak up the pressure. Would have conceded 1 goal, then another, and then another. That didn't happen yesterday. The grit, the determination from every single player in purple and the blue of Johansson was absolutely superb. It really was. And it's exactly what you want to see as a supporter. In the stand, you travel 5 hours. You want to see a team put absolutely everything on the pitch, leave nothing out there. And Stoke didn't do that yesterday. We got the second goal. Yes, we conceded a bit of a sloppy corner, a good header by Harwood Bellis, but to win at Southampton, to go 3 wins from 3, to be top of the league, there is so many promising sides to build off. There's a lot of momentum building, and it's looking bright this season, in my opinion.
Do you know what? Couldn't have put it any better myself, Wayne. I'm going to get your thoughts on yesterday's game in a second, get your summary. But first, I've got to bring in Martin. He sat there patiently. Martin, what happened, mate? What happened yesterday? What went wrong for the Saints yesterday, or what went right for Stoke? Go on.
First and foremost, thank you for coming on my channel last week and giving me a pre-match preview, because you give me a really good insight into what we were going to expect as Southampton fans, and you were spot on. Actually, you were spot on. And I saw Sam before, and we were chatting on his camera, chatting on my channel as well. And I think the one thing that I kind of was fearing going into it was Will Steele. I knew he would set up with five at the back, three centre backs, and the wing backs. And I just had a fear about the two wide men of Stoke City, and I was spot on. And I thought he would have adapted during the game, but look, Stoke yesterday were absolutely brilliant. I did a full match day vlog of it. I had a lot of Stoke fans on before, and I didn't meet one Stoke fan that didn't think you were going to lose yesterday. They all thought you were going to win yesterday. They were so positive, and with inside the first 15 minutes, I could see why. I thought the performance of Lewis Baker in midfield with Seko, I thought they totally controlled the game. The two of them did. And then you had the great outlets, because Thomas on the left, Manoff on the right-hand side was such a handful. I just thought they were so powerful. They were everything that Southampton need. Two wide men. It's just when the game got into transition and Saints give away the ball, which they do, they just broke in numbers. They just got men forward. Like Sam and me were talking before, we're like, will they come and soak up the pressure? And I kind of thought to myself, do you know what? Robbins knows his league. We talk about managers. We got a young manager in Will Steele. He got done over yesterday by a well-experienced Championship manager. He did his homework on Southampton. There's no doubt about that. Robbins did. And I'll tell you what, I was really impressed with Stoke. They were very, very good value for the win in the end. Saints didn't deserve it in the end. I didn't think they did. And even after, when you went down to 10 men, I thought the striker let himself down big time. But even when he went off, I thought, you know what, you'll still score again, because the two wide men, they could play without him. And it didn't really change the game at all by him going off, because you had the two wide men and they just committed, and with the two sitting, they're total control of the game, Stoke. They looked like the home team for such long periods of it. And then after Harwood Bellis pulled one back, Saints never really looked like scoring again afterwards. I didn't think anyway.
You know what? You'll have gained yourself a lot of subscribers from that analysis there, Martin. If you want to check out Martin's channel, please go check it out, because for a lot of the time, the team he supports wears red and white. But you can see, he's got a cracking studio as well. So all the information for his channel is in the description. Martin, thank you for that. Thank you for that summary. I'll come back to you in a second. Wayne, did you watch the match yesterday?
I watched most of it. I watched, let's say 75% of it, sort of, in and out doing different things. And just to echo what I think Sam said, I think there's a real togetherness at the moment. There's a real grit in the team. I thought the press was amazing yesterday. Obviously, we forced Southampton into a lot of mistakes. And I think we really rattled them. And I think what it was the second, even though we were hanging on a little bit the last 20 minutes, I think Southampton were trying too hard. They were trying the best to get something out of the game. And I think the harder they tried, the further it slipped away from them. I think we really put them under pressure, and it worked really well yesterday.
That intensity is something that we've mentioned in the first two games, not so much cup game, the first two games of the league. We've mentioned Stoke, that intensity is upped. I know, Martin, you just said then that you felt that Stoke were the better team throughout. They were worth the win. You had some major chances, didn't you? You had some major chances in that game. You can't deny that you created chances. Was it just a lack of finishing? Was that what scuppered Saints in the end? Because especially second half, and we'll get round to this. I want to get Sam Cameron's views on that sending off in a second. But we once we went down to 10, it was pressure-wise, and then you look at the stats, it was all Southampton. How come you just couldn't get over the line? Are you missing a goal scorer? Is that the problem?
Yeah, I haven't got a proper striker. I haven't got an out-and-out striker. I don't have two wingers that can beat fullbacks, get balls in the box. We got a lot of crosses in, but we couldn't get anyone on the end of it. Adam Armstrong started in the 9 first half. He was woeful. Hit the side netting twice. I think it was Robinson that went the closest. He hit the post like simultaneously, which I've never seen in football before. My dad was with me. He's in his late 60s. He said he'd never seen it before. He come really close. Victor Johansson, I've got to say, brilliant goalkeeper. He makes an insane save from a Harwood Bellis corner, I think it was. It was such a good save. It was brilliant. And I've got to say, like, his distribution was good for the goal, the second goal. It was all down to him. It was so quick. caught Saints. I don't know why Saints committed so many players. They just committed so many players, especially when it's so naive when you've got two wingers that have killed you all game. It was so naive from us. And like I said to Sam before, like we're fragile. And I feel that any team will come to St Mary's or play us this season will say, well, they had such a bad season last season. And it's not like they've had a massive transition of players, because a lot of those players there we're here last year. So there's a lot of damage done. And we're damaged goods. We are really, really damaged goods from last year. And I don't think anyone really realises what last season did to us. I think we're going to struggle to bounce back as it stands, because we talk about chances. We just didn't take them. Damien Downs come off the bench. He's our newest signing. He's supposedly our striker, and he looked woefully short of being anywhere near good enough to play in the Championship. He just didn't get hold of the ball. Ross Stewart, come on, he's missed so much football. He's not in no groove. I think we're in for, we were favourites for the top two, and as it stands, you think we're a million miles away from Coventry, who are flying, and we were way short of you guys yesterday. You're a far better team than us, and yeah, that's me being totally honest. I'm not just saying it because I'm on a Stoke podcast. I'm honest, and I'll say it how I see it, and I did in my match day vlog that I've done, and I'm just I'm not going to be biased by any stretch of imagination. I know a good football team, and I've seen a good football team. I tell you what, Stoke they're in for a very, very good season if they can keep this momentum going. There's no doubt about that.
Mark, sorry, Max. Can I just ask you a really quick question as a Saints fan? Because when Southampton came down this season, I was very, very confident in the fact that with Will Still, with the squad you had full of a team on paper, I know it was a tough season last year, but you'd expect to be good enough for the Championship. You just mentioned there that you don't feel you've got an out-and-out goal scorer. And you've obviously got Adam Armstrong, who has been prolific for Southampton and Blackburn, and sort of failed at West Brom, I know, last season. Then you got Cameron Archer, you got Ross Stewart, you got Damien Downs, who's just signed from a German club, wasn't it, in the summer. Where is it going wrong with the goals? Because you've probably got 4 strikers there that a lot of Championship teams, or definitely 3, would love to have. So
we'd all have
the goals going in.
Yeah, I think they a lot of our fans talk, we don't create enough, we haven't got a playmaker. I agree, we need a playmaker. I think we create. I just don't think they're good enough.
You created yesterday. You did create.
I think Adam Armstrong doesn't suit the formation he's played. He scored 24 goals through the league in the playoffs last time round. He was brilliant, but he played in a system where we had 4 at the back, and he played in a front 3, and he didn't have, at the moment our system just doesn't allow for that, the way that Steele's playing. And I thought Steele was going to be a little bit more adaptable. So Adam Armstrong, I don't know where he fits in the team. Stewart's missed so much football. He's so raw. He's just he's had 2 years out. I think he's going to find it really hard to get his career going again. Damien Downs come from Bundesliga too. I'm not convinced that he is what we needed right here, right now. Cameron Archer, to me, his body language speaks to me like he doesn't want to be here. Like the last manager, Jurich, wanted rid of him last January. He was ready to go to Leeds. Saints blocked it late doors. He was pissed off big time. And I think he could go, Cameron Archer, in this window. I think he could be an exit, because I don't see, if he's a number 9, just play him as a bloody number 9. Stop playing him out wide and making him play out of position. It does my head in. I don't know why these managers do it, but like you say, these players, they go to any other Championship club and start. But you've got to get a system that's going to suit these players and suit the squad. And I tell you what, he hasn't got a system right at the moment. Playing 5 at the back at home, it doesn't matter who you play against. Ipswich, Stoke, Coventry. It's just a little bit negative, really, and it doesn't give you enough width. It's just it's the sort of stuff you do at amateur Sunday league level. Just start having a proper go at teams.
I mean, you've got to utilise the wing backs if you're playing with 5 at the back. You've got to create. You've got to turn them into attacking players. I must say, I know it seems like Southampton, as I said, maybe should have done better, should have more. I still don't think they're a bad outfit. I still say I didn't see the whole game yesterday. I've only seen the extended highlights because I was busy yesterday. But from what I've seen, I saw Southampton creating stuff more than some of the other teams have created. And let's be fair, he hit the post twice. Could easily have banged that into the back of the net, and missed an open goal at one point. That ball coming out, that was pretty much a gate. That could have completely changed the complexion of this. We could be looking at a 3-2 loss here, and then we're all saying Southampton were the best team we've played so far. I still think they're probably the best team we've played so far this season. One major talking point we've got to get to pretty much straight away. We had that red card, well, it's double yellow card, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the two incidents? What are your thoughts on that? It's really hard. I wasn't watching it live. I've watched the replays. Oh, I don't know.
Well, when
Man.
I
I mean,
first saw it, when I first saw it, obviously jumped up penalty because it did, from a distance look like a penalty. But when they showed the replay, yeah, he obviously dived.
But I don't get why did he do that? What do you think he did that way?
I suppose that's football, isn't it? I suppose if he had got a penalty at that point, we could have been 2-0 up. That's football, isn't it? It goes on. It did look, I mean, people might disagree with me, but looking back at the replay, it did look like a blatant dive to me.
I think people need to go on and have a look on Stoke City's website and look at the extended highlights. And I've tried my hardest. I've watched it and I've tried to see it from a couple of different angles and see what contact there was. I don't know, to be completely honest with you, like what happened. It looks to me that he's anticipating the keeper to hit him. That's what I see when I watch that replay back. I'm seeing the keeper coming out. I'm seeing his body kind of turn side on, and I'm thinking that he thinks keeper's going to take him out. So he's kind of like, oh right, I'm not going to get round. I'm going to stop what I'm doing. Maybe brace for the impact, lower me thing, and then whether he goes with it or whether he's just like in a mindset of, oh, well, he's not taking me out now. What do I do? Because if that keeper doesn't come there or is maybe a yard further back, surely Mubama moves to the side and just slots it into the net. Surely that's what he does. Sam Cam, I'm going to bring you in on this one before I get Martin's view. What did you think to that? What did you think to that incident, Sam Cam? You was obviously there. You wouldn't have had the benefit of seeing any replays or anything like that. But what do you think?
No, I had the replay of the footage I got on my camera, and even when I watched it with that, I did think it was a dive, to be completely honest. And I don't understand why he's done it. I get it's a whole strikers kind of play when they see a goalkeeper coming out, if they're going to get there first. Exactly what you just said. He wanted the contact. He wanted to feel the impact of Bazunu's gloves and then hit the floor. And that's exactly what he did. But there was no contact there. He was looking for it. And it's a good decision from the referee. It's always a difficult one to see them. Could go either way. And I've got to credit him. I know it's always frustrating when it's a second yellow and a red card for our own player, but I'm always going to give, unbiased opinions on things. And mine this time is that it was a dive. It was a yellow card, and there's no way around that. And why he hasn't just took the ball around Bazunu and slotted it into an empty goal, I don't know. But I'm not going to jump on the young lad's back. He's inexperienced. You're going to get this with young players, certainly. And he's had a really solid start to the season. And he should be back, I think, for West Brom next weekend and just miss the Bradford Cup game. So it's irrelevant now because we won the game. But yeah, certainly a dive, Max, certainly.
He's a young lad, isn't he? And he's coming in and he's maybe lacking that bit of experience. I've seen a couple of times where he's been closing the ball. He's trying to get the ball off players. He's really, in that intensity's there and he wants to press. And he's a bit too keen. He's a bit too keen sometimes. And they just read him and it just comes into the back of them, maybe a bit too much, and they go, contact, down. When you're that high up the pitch, or when you've got a player closing you down that high up the pitch, you go down, 9 out of 10 times, ref's going to blow. Because it's not like anywhere near the opposition box or anything like that. It's just a kick to the pitch. And all of a sudden, all that pressure, all that build-up is gone. Martin, you probably, I'm guessing, you're going to think the same as what we're all thinking, kind of thing. But what was the perspective from a Southampton point of view? You're obviously in the stands. I'm guessing everyone was like, "Oh, he definitely dived." Was there any concern at any point? Because I'll be honest, I don't think your keeper had the best game.
No, he didn't actually, Bazunu, and he'd been all right up until now. But yeah, I was like, I was right behind that goal to the right hand side, and when he went down, I thought, oh no, the ref would give a pen here. He'd give a pen, but he was quite close to the ref. That was a bit naive from the striker, who's actually had a really good game up until that point. He was really good. He was a real handful. I enjoyed watching him play, and I think he'll have a brilliant season. What I liked about him, he gave the ability to let the two wide men go past him all the time, and he'd drop in a bit. Good player. It's a big learning lesson. That is a big learning lesson. But for me, when he went off, I thought, do you know what, Saints should go on and have a right go. But I always knew that more men you commit with Manhoef and Thomas, they were just deadly on the attack. I was listening to BBC Radio Solent during the commentary, and they were raving about Joe Tessam, an Saints player. He was on there, and he was raving about the two wide men, and he was actually raving about Robbins. He just thought it was just so well organised and just fit. The pace of the game. Actually, credit to Stoke, because a lot of teams have come and sit in against Saints. Credit to Stoke because they're proper coming out a proper go. It was fair play. Fair play. And I've got to say, but if this is my final words on the show, because time is ticking, I want to say the Stoke fans I met yesterday were absolutely tremendous. So thank you so much to everybody that gave me the time of day yesterday. It was insane the amount of Stoke fans we got on the channel yesterday. They were absolutely brilliant in such good voice. I really enjoyed it. Best set of away fans that we've had at St Mary's in such a long time.
Well, to be fair, Martin, you're just gaining yourself more subscribers all the time. On this one, mate. We've got to plug you. We've got to plug you. And we'll get you on the show again if we can.
Yeah, I'd love
to. Really like
yeah.
your opinion on it. I think just to quickly just tie up the whole Mbama thing. I think if you got an opinion on it, Stoke fans, you know what to do. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Did you think it was a dub to yellows? I know on social media at the time there were people saying, "Oh, wait, no way." Have you had a chance to watch it back and watch that replay back and just see what you think? I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be a real learning curve for him. And I say the reasons for it, whether he meant it, whether it was just in his mind thing, whether there was content we didn't see, it's all speculation. But it's all a talking point. So that's why we wanted to talk about it. But he is going to miss the cup game of all games against Bradford. So it's not the end of the world. Hopefully, we'll have him back for the Baggies game. So yeah, we haven't got super long left on the show. I just want to say a big thanks to all our guests who've come on today. We want to finish it off. Obviously, we mentioned there, or Martin mentioned, we didn't sit in. When we went down to 10 men, we did move to a low block massively, and we were defending. What is it? How comes Southampton couldn't break us down in that last half an hour or so? They had a fair bit of play. What was it about it? Was it our shape? Was it our players? Was it squad depth? What really stood out for you? Was it keeper? Go on.
Well, obviously, Johansson's one of the key factors in it, but I think it was just one of those days for Southampton. They'll have the good days, they'll have the bad days, as will every other Championship team. And yesterday for them was just a bad day, really. I've watched a lot of Championship football so far this season. I'm trying to keep really, really on it this season. And I don't think there's a lot of teams that are miles above everybody else. Yes, Southampton, Leicester and Ipswich will probably do a lot more business before the window ends with the parachute payments and stuff you'd expect. So we'll have to wait and see by the time September comes in a week's time. But there's a chance this season for Stoke to pave their way into the playoffs. There's a small chance, but there is a chance, more than there has been over the last few seasons. And I really hope we take it. I really, really, really do.
Wayne, was there anybody in that Stoke team yesterday that really stood out for you, just as a final point from a Stoke fan's point of view?
I definitely think Manoff, obviously the pressing and Thomas. I think the whole team as a whole, I think they all put a shift in yesterday. Obviously the keeper, Johansson, did an incredible save. I just think it was a great effort from the whole team.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I think the effort's there from Stoke. The intensity is there from Stoke. I mentioned to Martin there, and he's brought it up again about the wingers. I said to him on the pre-match ramble that we had a bit of a chat about on Martin's channel. I said, the front three are what you want to watch. You want to watch those front three because they are playing some good football at the minute. And I think that it's clicking a little bit, it's clicking a little bit. What I liked yesterday, I actually saw a highlight of Manouf going on the right-hand side of a player. I couldn't believe it. It was a good job I sat down. But because he usually just cuts in and shoots on his left. So to see him go that way, I was like, that's excellent. And we've still got some players to come. Martin, who Southampton got in the next game?
So yeah, we've got a cup game midweek. It's we've got Norwich away, which I don't think that'd be particularly easy. Nightmare midweek game in the Carabao Cup. And then next weekend it's Watford. It's Watford away at Vicarage Road. And then we've got international break on the other side of it. Guess who we play? Portsmouth.
Oh,
whoa!
The South Coast derby's back. Yeah.
Hey, well, you've got a derby down there. We haven't seen Port Vale since the Middle Ages. So we think they're somewhere, but we don't quite know where they are. Sometimes they comment on our social media, and we go, "Who are you?" Oh, all good fun. Anyway, I think that'll probably do us. To be fair, lads, we've got probably a couple of minutes left, but I think we'll wrap up the show because it's been a rip-roaring show. It's great to have you all on. Martin, fantastic to have you on in your Saints kit. I like that kit. Is that this season's kit as well?
Yeah, it's our away kit. It's a throwback to 96, 97, worn by Matt Letizia, Edgar Lostinstad, Al Berkovic. It's a remake, bit like our home shirt's a remake as well from a shirt back in the 80s. So yeah, done good with the kits this year.
I really like your home kit. I must say, I really like the style of that.
Well, I'm a massive fan of the Macron away shirt you were wearing yesterday. It's freaking lovely. Like Florentina, like Spanish side Florentina. Beautiful kit. Really
Sam Cam, that's a throwback, isn't it, Sam Cam, the away shirt?
Yeah, it is to a 90s away shirt back in the day. We were retro on the road yesterday and we were bloody brilliant. So we can keep it for as long as we need.
I think we're just going to change the kit to purple, to be honest, because whenever I go to a game, it's just a sea of purple now. Like the home kit.
There was a lot of people wearing it.
A lot of the home kit's not necessarily gone down amazingly. It's a little bit wavy. But yeah, so good to have you on anyway, Martin. Thanks so much. Good
luck for the rest of the season. I hope
Martin.
It goes well. I look forward to seeing you. Never been to Stoke away. Never been. Hopefully, it's not a Tuesday night, but I will come up.
Come on, man. Come up, and then come on a show with us. We'll actually get the camera out and we'll do a proper job. None of this podcast log. And
thank you for having me.
No pleasure. All the details of Martin's channel are in the description. Sam Cam. His details for his channel are in the description. Not that you'll need it because you'll know all about Sam Cam because he's world famous, basically. People, know him as far as Timbuktu. But no, Sam Cam, thanks for coming on the show again, mate. And I say for filling in for Sam. So much appreciated on that one. And Wayne, we'll finish with yourself, mate. Honestly, thanks for coming on. Eaton Park, ladies and gentlemen. 12th Man is the song. Details are for that. I mean, God, we're going to have a massive description here. It's going to be like a Tolkien book in that description. But literally, if Wayne's song is in there, please go check it out. It would be we'd all appreciate it here. And we'll try this. Martin won't know if we do the round. I don't think Wayne this. We will do the round. So I go, then Sam will go, then Wayne will go, Martin will go. Just watch this. So it's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.
And a very goodbye from me as well.
There you go. And we'll see you all on another podcast episode of Stoke Fan TV. Go on, Stoke.